Lady Bird, a coming-of-age drama comedy released in 2017, is a film which you can truly appreciate when you can relate to it. The first few times I watched it, I loved it, but I didn't begin to fully grasp how special this film was until I literally became Christine. I've just graduated high school and moved out, and I also have complicated relationships, and I relate to Christine more than anyone in cinema. And this is the case for many, which is why Lady Bird is a film loved by so many and disliked by many as well. And I think that that's generally a good sign for film, as that means that you've taken a risk. Today I'll be exploring 3 themes prominent in Lady Bird, being home, love, and memory, which Gerwig defines through her sharp writing and characterization. One way Gerwig makes this film feel like a memory is the pacing. It's a story made up of short bursts of glimpses of moments that define Christine. Now that I've left high school, that's exactly how I remember it. Bursts of small moments, some insignificant, some key, that all holistically define the person I am now. And what's so special about this film is that I feel nostalgic about it. It feels like I'm actually witnessing a memory due to the dreamlike quality created through a film look style color grade that remains consistent through the film's highs and lows, which is kind of how we remember high school, or our childhood, one entire holistic experience. I was born in 2005 and grew up in Thailand, yet I feel nostalgic and somehow close to Sacramento in 2002, a time and place which I know nothing about. This also connects to the theme of home, especially in the closing scene where we see shots of completely ordinary places in Sacramento, just real and regular places, the parts we actually remember and miss once we leave. I lived in Bangkok, one of the most popular tourist destinations. But when I think of my childhood, I remember my neighborhood, the place I used to bike, the people I knew, and Gerwig understands how we remember home. And we don't appreciate things as they're happening. We can only begin to appreciate it after we've left, until we have the freedom to choose where we are and who we are. And I think that's one of the main aspects of Christine's character. She's always chasing what she doesn't have, and a lot of who she is defined by her conflicted relationship to her mother, which stems from her constant escapism. She wants to separate herself from things that have defined her without her control, like Sacramento and her family. Just like her mom, she desires control. This is why she wants to change her name, something which was given to her, the one thing she can't control that belongs to her parents forever, and so she changes it. And of course, this hurts her mother, as that's the one thing her mother can hold on to, this connection with her daughter. And Gerwig crafts these characters that are so real and recognizable around us. They're complex, they're not black and white. Christine and Marion, they're not right or wrong all of the time. Although Marion can be portrayed as emotionally abusive, she's also portrayed as a struggling mother who loves Christine and is constantly trying her best. All she wants is the best for her.
I want you to be the very best version of yourself that you can be.
This reflects the theme that we show love through attention.
Don't you think maybe they are the same thing? Love and attention?
And that's exactly Christine's relationship with her mom, and her relationship with home. Not saying it's perfect or healthy, but there is love and a relationship that cannot be broken. And her mother does care for her, and Christine doesn't begin to fully grasp what her mother has done for her until she's gone. When she's up at night sewing her dress, and when she calls Christine by her desired name, Lady Bird.
We missed you, Lady Bird.
It really tears at your heart because this is what relationships are like, flawed and messy, yet there's still love there. And I don't think that anyone in cinema has crafted such a real mother and daughter relationship before. And not only Marianne, but Christine is heavily flawed as well. She's obsessed with what she can't have. She wants new friends, and one of her main struggles is with her class, which she largely blames her parents for as well. I think this reflects the context of American lower middle class suburbia. You dream of making money, escaping the incessant fear of poverty. She almost has an obsession with this. She wants to do what her mother couldn't, and also because her mother doesn't believe that she can. And it pains Christine just as much as it pains her parents. Lady Bird is an expression of what it means to become mature, coming into yourself by recognizing who you are and where you've come from in order to move forward. I also want to analyze the opening scene, which I think perfectly sets up the themes of the film. It opens with the two laying in bed, facing each other, which signifies that this is a film not about Christine nor Marion, but about their relationship. This is an image which suggests closeness underneath it all. When asleep, unconscious, they are mother and daughter, a bond which cannot be broken. There are really two sides of the same coin. They both have this strong, dominant, controlling personality which drives them apart, but also creates this special relationship between the two. All they really need is empathy. Christine then asks,
"Do you think I look like I'm from Sacramento?"
And I think this establishes her character, one who is a teenager obsessed with looks, image, and appearance. Again, this relates to both class and home. She is aware that it's her home, but still she wants to divorce from it, because when she leaves, she doesn't want to associate with where she comes from. She wants to become her own, not defined by her past, so she asks if others can tell. Her mother responds, "You are from Sacramento," confidently.
You are from Sacramento.
Which reflects how Marion cares about who Christine is, not her appearance. She's always trying to make Christine a better version of herself. "My mom is calling me." It's almost as if this line brings Christine back down from dreaming, telling it to her straight, who she is and where she's from. Marion is extremely black and white, so this strong, matter-of-fact statement characterizes her perfectly. Next, she obsessively fixes the bed, and Christine says,
You don't have to do that.
kind of snapping back in judgment. And it also suggests that you don't have to fix everything, and this includes trying to fix Christine. Her fixing the bed just shows how Marion is controlling. She wants to control everything in her life, including Christine, which is obviously exhausting. She then says that she likes it neat,
Well, it's nice to make things neat and clean.
and then proceeds to move Lady Bird's hair, which could suggest that she doesn't think Christine is neat and again wants to try to fix her. But this scene just perfectly sets up the film. And I think that Gerwig is a genius. This film just perfectly encapsulates our young relationships with parents and friends, both unhealthy and healthy as we're learning. And again, these characters are so recognizable. They're extreme while still being relatable, and it's a very balanced film. She manages to reflect exactly what we go through, this period of coming of age, when we leave home and enter adulthood and leave our youth behind, and we miss it, and suddenly like a wave of nostalgia and pain and happiness, these moments, they've defined us. And it's like losing a part of ourselves when we leave, but still taking it with us. This film is very special to me, and I recommend it to anyone who's come this far. Thank you, Greta, and goodbye.